What's up, YouTube? Yay.com clocking in. I'm coming at y'all with a brand new video. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. Drums are better than flats. So yeah. But anyways, what's going on, everybody? As y'all can see, I'm back and I'm better. I'm feeling good. Not really. But actually, on a serious note, I actually kind of fell off just because of all the controversy that we've been dealing with from, like, I don't even know how long. Since we've been dealing with this whole virus situation, I kind of fell off just because, like, I'm trying to be on my P's and Q's because I don't want to die. Assuming that you don't either. But if you're wondering, hey, what have you been busy with? I'm gonna show you. Yeah, I'm hilarious. But yeah, on some real shit though, TikTok been holding me down, bruh. I'm not gonna even lie. It's a real easy thing that you could just, throw some content on and just go about the rest of your day. And it's very friendly. Everybody's really friendly on TikTok. But yeah, so when I wasn't really spending a whole lot of time down here in the workshop filming videos, I've been just making it rain on fucking TikTok, just building my portfolio because, that's the wave nowadays, Gotta keep up with these young fellers. But since it's been a long time since I've made a video, let's not make the intro of the video so long. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, you already know what the fuck we about to get into. Animated horror stories. Okay, so I did make a video about this in the past, but as a creator, I watch my own shit. And when I was watching it, I'm just like, them shits wasn't even that scary, bruh. So I'm those ones. By the way, if you want to check out that video, the link to that is going to be in the description. So yeah. But basically what I did is I went on YouTube and I picked out the 2 most viewed ones on YouTube. And I don't know about y'all, but the most views means the most popular, which means the best. So we're gonna call these the best 2. And we're basically just gonna be reacting to them, and I want y'all to react with me. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and connect to the device and whatnot. Alright, so I got the video ready, I got my headset ready, and I'm all ready to react. But real quick, before I start the video, I just want to say, I'm sorry that the energy isn't all the way there. This is kind of what happens when I take a long-ass break from recording, I kind of lose my chemistry with myself, so I gotta, but let's roll it.
My name is Magda, and I'm 26 years old. I work in an office in the city. On the weekends, I used to love to get away from all the hustle and bustle and take a trip to the countryside. Luckily, I have a cottage in a small village which is located right at the edge of the forest. How I used to love to get out of the city and spend the weekend in my little cottage. Why did I stop? Well, I'll tell you. After a hard week at work, I needed to rest, so I decided to get out of town. I went home, packed my bags, threw them in the trunk, and drove off. When I arrived in the village, it was late in the evening and I was tired from the long drive. I went straight to bed and fell asleep quickly. In the middle of the night, I was awakened by the sound of my car alarm going off. I looked out the window, but there was nobody in sight. I found my car keys, pressed the button to shut off the alarm, and the awful noise stopped. I laid back down and tried to fall asleep. All of a sudden, the alarm went off again. I didn't feel like getting up, so I just grabbed my keys and pressed the button once more. Everything was peaceful and quiet again. However, 5 minutes later, the alarm went off a 3rd time. Once or twice could have been an accident, but now I was wondering what was going on. Could someone be playing tricks on me in the middle of the night? I got up again and pressed the button to turn off the alarm. But this time, I didn't lay back down. I stood at the curtains and watched. After a few minutes, I saw something by the light of the moon. A shadow emerged from the bushes and slowly approached the car. I could just about make out the shape. It was something tall, skinny, and black. The figure reached out with its long, thin arms and knocked on the car. The alarm went off again, and quick as a flash, the dark figure retreated back into the bushes. At that moment, I realized what was going on and began shaking with fear. I turned off the alarm and continued to watch. The thing emerged from the bushes again, slid silently over to the gates, threw a hand through them, and removed the partition holding the gates closed. I was paralyzed with fear, and I couldn't move. My mind was overcome by panic thoughts. What was it? What did it want from me? What was it doing? Would it ever go away? A shiver ran through my body, from my head down to my toes. My mouth was dry and my heart was beating fast. I was so tense, I was gritting my teeth and clenching my hands into fists. I regained control of myself and ran down the stairs as fast as my legs could carry me to the ground floor. I wanted to look for something I could use to protect myself. However, just as I was about to switch on the lights, I suddenly froze in my tracks. The dark figure was at the window. It was pressed up against the glass, staring in, looking to see whether or not there was someone home. I immediately ducked down behind the sofa and peered out. That's when I realized what all those tricks with the car were for. It was trying to lure its victim outside. I couldn't take my eyes off its hideous face. Its skin was the color of ash and covered with wrinkles. Its eyes were small, beady, and completely black. Instead of it having a nose, there were 2 ragged holes. It didn't have any lips, just 2 rows of sharp, yellow teeth. When it breathed, it was so heavy and hoarse that it was misting up the window. I just knew it wasn't going to go away. After standing at the window for a few moments, I heard a rustling noise as it came to the front door. I watched as it tried to push its fingers through the gap under the door. The handle began to twitch wildly up and down. The creature emitted a chilling sound. It was not like a human voice. It was a deep, beastly growl, like an angry dog chewing on a bone. I knew that if it heard me, it would keep trying until it found a way to get into the house. I crouched down behind the sofa, hiding in the shadows and desperately trying not to make a sound. Tears began involuntarily streaming down my face, no matter how much I tried to stop them. I could feel my pulse pounding in my temples, and I was shaking like a leaf, just waiting for it to end. I don't know how long I cowered there. I must have been passed out. When I woke up and looked out the window, the creature was gone. The door was still in place and everything seemed secure. I've never been so relieved in all my life. I ran upstairs and looked out the window. It was light outside and there was no sign of anything wrong. Taking a chance, I grabbed my keys and without stopping to collect any of my things, I ran out to the car. I jumped in, locked the doors, and drove away from the village as fast as I could. I didn't stop driving until I got back to the city. When I got back to my apartment, I turned on the radio and heard a news report. The announcer said that, in the village, the dead bodies of 2 girls had been discovered. Their corpses had been mutilated and dumped in a swamp. I guess the creature found what it was looking for. I don't want to, but I am curious to know. What would have happened if I didn't make the right decision of sprinting?
Here's the thing, right?
Fuck that.
Dude, I don't know if these joints are real or not, dog, but let me just say this. My imagination is just too wild of a spectrum for me to be hearing shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm getting chills, bro. But fuck y'all. It's not because of that. It's because it's cold in this basement. And maybe a little bit from that. But nah, hold up though. Why would you go by yourself? That's where I'm confused. Because my thing is, I'm pretty sure you live by yourself. So like, why not just stay at the crib? Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. And it's not even like it's a beach house. She got a log cabin in the middle of the woods. And the word she used was village. So you can definitely go ahead with all that. I can tell you this right now, that this story was way scarier than all the other ones that was in the last video I made on this.
Once again, the link is in the description down below.
But yeah, let's get through this other video and let's see. I don't know. Let's just see what's happening with it, all right?
I am a 19-year-old male. And this happened many years ago, when I was very young. To give you an idea
Yo, the background
of the
music,
layout of our house.
If you really peep, the background music is that music that be playing during Black Ops 2 Zombies. Yeah. RIP to Black Ops 2.
Back then, the living room has multiple windows that directly look out onto the back garden. There's a big gate in our driveway to stop anyone from getting in. Next to the living room is the kitchen, which also has more windows, but also the back door. This will be relevant to the story. So my mother was completing the household chores as she does one day. I was sitting in the living room watching television on the sofa with my back to the living room windows. All of a sudden, I saw a figure reflecting off of the picture frame hanging on the wall opposite the window. I asked my mom if my dad was back from work, to which she said no. I'll never ever forget the look of horror on her face when I told her that yes, he was. He's in the garden. She looked outside the window and almost had a heart attack when she saw a scruffy looking but fairly built man outside the living room window. This didn't seem to faze him at all though. He psychotically smiled at my mother through the glass, and my mom asked him what he was doing on our property. He said nothing, with the same sadistic smirk on his face. She said that she was going to call the police, and what he said is one of the scariest things I've ever heard. He screamed at my mother through the glass that if she even got her phone out, that he would break the glass. She did not know what to do. She paused and tried to rapidly think of what to do next, how to keep us both safe. She wanted to protect me by calling the police, but she also didn't want him to hurt me if she did try to call them. As soon as he saw that she was terrified, he ran for the back door. Luckily, it was locked because my mom has always been a paranoid person, so she always locks the doors. He screamed at her to let him in, or if she didn't, he'd find a way in and kill us both. My mother told him to fuck off, which enraged him, and he pulled out a pocket knife and began bashing hard against the windows. I was still oblivious to what was happening, as I just thought it was my dad. I was very young. My mom frantically grabbed me, and I don't mean picked me up. She literally grabbed me off the sofa and booked it up the stairs. We were backing up in the upstairs hallway, looking for anywhere to hide, when my mom's younger brother popped out of his room with his headphones on. My mom didn't even realize he was home, and he clearly didn't hear the commotion downstairs because of his headphones. My uncle was 25 at the time and was really well built. He's intimidated a lot of people. My mom cried and told him that there's a guy who's trying to break in. While she's telling him this, that creepy lunatic screamed from downstairs that he was in the house. He said cynically, "Boogeyman is coming out to get you," which really freaked me out. It freaked me out so much that I actually remember that to this day. Anyway, since the guy didn't know my uncle was home, he kept yelling and telling us to come out and that it wouldn't be painful. My uncle told us to lock ourselves in the bathroom and call the police. We did, and after 5 minutes of groaning and blatant violence downstairs, the police stormed in and found the guy bloodied and my uncle on top of him, beating him mercilessly. My uncle really didn't hold back. Turns out that he was a known pedophile, which is why he was watching me for so long while I was watching TV. After that day, my mom was terrified to be home alone at the house. I loved it as a child because I found the running and hiding fun, obviously because I was young. I can never thank my uncle enough for being there at the right time when my mother clearly forgot that he was still home. It honestly gives me chills, wondering what he would have done to my mother and myself if my uncle was not there.
Sheesh! Hey, yo, that second video, bruh, creep ass boy. Yo, listen, man, I don't got time for none of that cap shit y'all got going on, boy. I don't know what the fuck that was. But nah, seriously though, yo, shout out to the bro. That nigga was upstairs cool and playing Call of Duty and shit. Didn't even peep it was a whole pedophile trying to break in the crib. And I really like how they had to include the fact that he was big as shit. He started beating the shit out, boy. Like, fuck wrong with him? But nah, one more thing. She picked up the phone. She was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna call the cops. He was like, if you call the cops, I'm gonna break this bitch. She was just like, she ran out of options. I'm dead. Now that was funny as shit. Now that last one wasn't really scary. It's creepy. It's creepy as shit. But like, nah. How the fuck do you get held hostage in your own house from a guy that isn't in the house? Genuinely confused. But anyways, that is the end of the video. I'm not sure if y'all can tell about how low my eyes are, but I am fucking tired. Yeah, I was kind of up all night, you know, on TikTok and YouTube. Those are like my quarantine apps. So with all that being said, I'm gonna wrap this shit up, bro. If you made it this far into the video, please make sure you slap that like button in the face, because that nigga's a hoe. Definitely make sure you turn on the post notifications. It's gonna that, you know? Yeah. And real quick before I sign off, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting, everybody who's newly subscribed, everybody who stays subscribed, everybody who keep liking up the videos. I appreciate every last one of y'all. We're literally 2 subscribers away from 300 subscribers, so come on, bro. If you new and you ain't pressed that subscribe button, bro, I'll wait. Go ahead, bro. But nah, on a serious note, like I said, I am tired of shit. So with all that being said, my name is HORROE, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Also follow me on TikTok.